ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਦੇ ਅਟਾਰਨੀ ਜਨਰਲ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਅਟਾਰਨੀ ਜਨਰਲ ਵੀ ਹਨ, ਡਿਪਟੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਵੀ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ICBC ਦਾ ਮਹਿਕਮਾ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। Niki Sharma ji, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. It's always great to be with you.
Ms. Sharma, first of all, accept my sincere thanks for the legislation to reduce the lineup for renewing the driving licenses in person. That was causing a lot of havoc. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We hope it'll make it better for people for a couple of reasons. So first of all, you don't have to go in to renew or replace your driver's license, and that's for truck drivers and personal vehicles. And also, it's going to free up time in ICBC centers for road tests. So we can really tackle those road tests that people need on time. So it's about making the service better for people.
Second thing, let us know why you are after the merit commissioner elimination, because Paul Choi, your MLA, has recommended funding the merit commissioner's office for the next 3 years. It's a conflicting information. On one side, the Minister of Finance is saying something else. We are hearing something else from the Paul Choi. That's another recommendation. So what is the real story on it?
Yeah, so I think that people expect us to make sure that every dollar that we spend of theirs as taxpayers is done in a responsible manner. And really, every province and every government in the world is facing really tough fiscal situations. I think you'll see with Alberta coming up that it's been tough for revenue streams and things like that. So the Minister of Finance had the job of looking through how we're spending people's money and where we don't need to. And the Merit Commissioner, although it was set up a while ago, and for good reason, right? We want to make sure that people are hired because they should be hired and they have the skills that they need to do the job. But our hiring practices in government have changed so much since then that everything is merit-based. So every decision is posted, every process is done in a way to make sure that it's not just because you're related to somebody that you get the job, it's because you deserve the job. So things have changed quite a bit since the decades where the Merit Commissioner has been in place. In fact, the last report made by the Merit Commissioner was saying that the processes in place by government right now are protecting the jobs to make sure you're hired because you should be. So because that position, I think, was looked upon as only part-time right now, and that we've done so much, I think the decision that was made by the Minister of Finance was that this isn't a good use right now of money, but there's other processes in place that do the same job.
Since we talked last time, there is some progress made in the extortions, in the arrests made, and charging people, but it took a while. How come this work is going on snail's speed? How come it cannot be done quickly? Nowadays, there's a lot of technology. We are living in the age of IA, artificial AI, artificial intelligence. But somehow we feel that things are going very slowly in British Columbia. How can you enhance this? And also tell us a little bit more that what is your future plans? How are you going to track the extortion money? FinTrack was already there. Now they're saying that we will be kind of speeding it up. How would you speed up? What new tools are you giving?
Yeah, it's a good question. Every day we're moving forward with more resources and tools to tackle this crisis. There was just a community advisory committee that was launched, and it was because I heard from people, and I know that you've certainly said this to me, is that the connection between the victims and the police needs to be stronger. The voices of what's happening on the ground. So we added that, and every day we're adding resources or working with levels of government to tackle this. I think FinTrack gives us the tools of tracking where the money goes. What we know about these crimes is that they're international, that people move across borders, and money moves even faster across borders. So to track and shut down the money And the movement of money is an excellent tool to get at stopping these types of crimes. So although we don't like to talk about the tools that are used publicly because, we want to make sure that the investigation and everything has the integrity and that, people that are criminals aren't getting the information about the tools that are being used against them. But I can assure you that every tool that we have and the expertise that we're bringing in, so the people that are at the top of the field when it comes to handling these things are now focused on this type of crime. We've had success recently in going after people, and the community really wanted us to show who they were that we were going after. So we posted those, the police have posted that information. We're just going to keep at it, and I appreciate that people feel frustrated about the slowness of it, but I can tell you every day it's part of our focus to go after these people that are causing such terror in our communities, and every day we'll add resources and think about what we can do to adjust to get at it.
And also where it's a good step that licenses can be renewed online, but how would you ensure that someone else cannot fraudulently renew the replace the license?
Yeah, really good question. So that's why we're making sure once we pass this legislation, hopefully it passes, that ICBC does all the work to make sure that it's protected, so it's a safe platform. There is a lot of technology out there today that can make sure that that if nobody else is renewing your license on your behalf and stealing your identity, that we can tie it to the person, that we can make sure that there's safety in that process. So that's part of the work that ICBC will do if the legislation goes forward, to make sure that the platform and the technology to protect everybody using it is in place.
And how do you respond to those concerns that no-fault system doesn't really look after the seriously injured people? So what are the options and the protections for the seriously injured in accidents, the people who are victims of this?
Yeah, ICBC's been transformed in a lot of ways recently because it was a dumpster fire, as the Premier said, where it was spending, it was going into massive amounts of debt and people's insurance rates were going up. The system that we have in place has been able to not only stabilize it, but keep basic rates steady and even give people rebates, so money back in their pockets instead of paying more for insurance. So it's been a really great for people, I think, of this province. But we can always make sure that we're moving in the right direction. There's a review right now coming up of ICBC to understand, since we put no fault in place, what's been working really well and where are the ways that we can change it. And I just want people to know that if they have ideas or they have ways that we can improve the system, we always want to do that. So that review will help give us ideas about how we can make sure everybody's taken care of, including those that have very serious injuries, in the best way that they can. ICBC is in a great financial position now. It has changed so much that we can do things that we weren't able to do before, like modernize our processes, make sure that people's rates are low. It's sometimes 3 times lower than other provinces right now. So, we got to keep improving, and I'm it's my job to make sure that we do.
Niki Sharma, tell us in closing, make it clear whether the merit commissioner is eliminated or not.
Well, in the budget right now, I think that the budget shows the merit commissioner as the funding is no longer there for it. And I explained that the processes that we have in place to hire people based on their skills and sets are in place throughout our government. So we've taken that idea on, and so that's where.
No, I know, but it boils down to in simple language. My listeners understand simple language. So, merit commissioner will stay or it'll go?
Right now, it's a no. It's gone. It's in the budget. It's not funded.
It's go?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It'll be eliminated, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you very much for being straightforward.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਕੇਸ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇਗਾ, ਇਹਦੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਤਾਣਾ ਬਾਣਾ ਬੁਣ ਲਿਆ ਔਰ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕਈ ਅਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲਸ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ। ਪੌਲ ਚੋਏ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰਿਕਮੈਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਖ਼ਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇਹ ਖ਼ਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੰਮ ਸੀ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਪਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਕਰਪਟ ਲੋਕ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਜੇ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਨਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਤਾਂ। ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਉੱਚ ਅਹੁਦਿਆਂ 'ਤੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ, ਔਰ ਉੱਚ ਅਹੁਦਿਆਂ 'ਤੇ ਲੱਗਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 77 ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਛਾਣਬੀਣ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬੰਦੇ ਠੀਕ ਨੇ, ਕਿਤੇ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਪਿਆਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਡਿਜ਼ਰਵ ਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਉੱਥੇ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਲਾ ਦੇਣ। ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀਆਂ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸਿਆਸੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਫਿੱਟ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, ਸੋ ਜਾਂ ਹਾਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਬੰਦੇ ਫਿੱਟ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਡਿੱਗੇ ਪਏ ਸੋਲਜਰ ਚੁੱਕਣੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਨੇ, ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਸੀ। ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦੇ ਐਲੀਮੀਨੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਸਕਰੀਨਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਦੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਉਹ ਖੁਦ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਖੁਦ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ। ਚਲੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨ ਲਿਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਿਰਭਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਓਨੈਸਟ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਹੇਰਾਫੇਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਅਪੁਆਇੰਟਮੈਂਟਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ। ਪਰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਦਲ ਗਏ, ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਆ ਗਈ, ਉਹ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਤਿਗੜਮਬਾਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੁੰਡਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਗਰਾਨ 'ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਹੀ ਸੀਮਤ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਰਾਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਜਾਂ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ 50 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸਰਕਾਰ ਤਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਆ। ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਚੈੱਕ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਸੀ। ਇਹ ਬੱਜਰ ਗਲਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਐਲੀਮੀਨੇਟ ਕਰਨ। ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਦਕ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ। ਦੇਖੋ, ਡਰੱਗ ਡੀਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈ ਹੀ ਲਈ ਆ, ਹੋਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਡਰੈਪਾ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਸਗੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੋਭਾ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਹੈ। ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣਦਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਲੋਕ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਬੰਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ। ਇਹ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਨਜ਼ੂਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਬਦਲਤਾ। ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਕ੍ਰੈਡੀਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਗਾਹਾਂ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਬਜਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਦੂਜਾ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਕੱਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਪਰਲੇ ਅਫਸਰ ਨੇ, ਅਹਿਲਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਵੱਡੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਨੂੰ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ, ਉੱਥੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਆਉਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਦਿੰਦਾ। ਖੈਰ, ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨਰ ਖਤਮ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਪਸ਼ਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਨ, ਇਜ਼ ਐਲੀਮੀਨੇਟਡ।